Hey, what's going on? This is Courtney Rollins from the Aqua team. So excited for you to be here, for you to be a part of our journey, for us to be a part of your journey. If you're looking at this because you are now a part of the cold calling team, the Aqua team, welcome. Can't wait for us to continue doing this work and adding value to people's lives. If you're looking at this from YouTube or Instagram or some social media platform, please like and subscribe, share a comment. Really helps us reach more people. It helps us learn. It helps us make the impact that we're trying to make. And we hope that this can be of value for you. Today, this actual video is going over our cold calling script for pre-qualifying leads. This is slightly different from the acquisition script, which is done after the leads are qualified. Every step in our lead management process is crucial and essential. And this step is particularly crucial because it's almost the first step. You know, the first step is actually grabbing the leads from some list or from driving for dollars or whatever form we use. But once we put it into our system and we dial, because our marketing strategy primarily is cold calling, this is where you come in and you play a role and help us add value. So as the cold caller, you are pre-qualifying the leads. You're like the nurse who takes the temperature, or he gets your weight or gets your blood pressure so that we can make the right diagnosis and provide the right prescription. So in fact, I would love to share with you what you're going to have, this working document that is our script, constantly going over it. There's so many great scripts out there that we've been able to pull from different philosophies, and hopefully this is one that's going to be and continues will be effective for us. So let's see, share the screen. Boom. There it is. All right. Okay, let's go to the top of this bad boy. Okay, so the cold calling pre-qualification script, there's still 7 parts to the script. It's just like there's 7 parts to the acquisition. And before that, it all starts with the mind. So when you sit down and you're making those calls, please be in the right mindset. Make sure you're breathing in, breathing out, that you're here to listen with these ears, and that you're here to have a service mindset. Cold calling can be grueling. I've put in plenty of hours and will continue to put in plenty of hours. That's why it's important to have a strong disposition and to know what your why is. Whatever your goal is, whatever you're hoping to get out of your time here with the Aqua team, make sure you hold on to that so that you can drive through. And if you get those people who are negative, who are having a bad day, remember that it's not about you. And the most powerful thing you can do is still be kind, be compassionate, and be serving for them, because we're calling them out of the blue. We're disrupting their day. And if we're allowing somebody's frustrations or anger to turn into frustration and anger for us, they have control. And to keep your control and to keep your power and to be able to serve, make sure that you are there with the right mindset. And so yeah, whatever you need to do, your way in the space, breathe in, breathe out, get there. The 7 parts, again, that's that intro. You're beginning, you're disrupting the normal thoughts that they may have or patterns that they may have in mind when they have a call from a seller. We are bombarded with calls. You're probably bombarded with calls yourself, and you almost can tell when it's salesy. So we need to disrupt and start establishing rapport immediately. The second phase is setting expectations or setting the rules so that people understand, all right, this is the rules we're going to play by. And if we are in agreement, then we know what the natural progression is because we've set the rules. We'll go into that further a little bit, of course. You're seeking pain. Again, just like a nurse or a doctor, you know what hurts, how does it hurt? And you're finding out what the pain points are, whether that's them having a tenant in the house, whether that's they have to move quickly, whether that's I need cash fast for my surgery, whether it's the house is crumbling and I'm keep getting fines from the city, whatever it is, we're seeking it. And then fourth, what's the impact? How is that affecting you? How does that feel? We really want to help our sellers recognize the impact of this frustration or this pain that they're having so that we can respond with a prescription, respond with the value that we're going to add. That's number 5. And one thing that a lot of folks don't do in sales is making sure, number 6, that you find and address any deal breakers. I don't know how many times I can tell you I've had really good conversations with sellers thinking that everything was good to go, then to find out that they may have to talk to their daughter or that they have to talk to an attorney or lawyer. And we want to make sure that they feel comfortable We're not trying to convince or trick anyone to buy their property. But having those deal breakers or finding out who and what those are and where they are gives us at least the opportunity to address them so that we have, so we're not wasting our time and we're being efficient with our valuable time here. Yeah. And then the handoff. This is again, is okay, you got all information. Now it's time to hand it off to the team and let them know that someone will be contacting them so that they can, so that we can see if we're the right buyers for them. So page 2, you'll see the cold calling script here again. And again, I want you to have this memorized. Write down these sections, put them on note cards. I still have mine. My backpack is near me. Oh, excuse me. Yikes. I still have mine that are tethered up because I read them and I memorize them verbatim every day. The more I can memorize, the better I can get at my craft, the better I can serve, and the better this becomes, or the easier it becomes, like unconscious. And I'm not, heart beating, like, how do I respond? Like, oh, I've responded to these so many times. I know how to breathe in and out, and I can actually listen deeply and steer the conversation where I need to steer it based on the great quality questions I ask. And that's another thing we want to get into. The person who's asking the questions is the person controlling and leading the conversation. So we want to make sure that we're asking great open-ended conversations. That when I say open-ended, I mean conversations or questions, as I say, asking open-ended questions that aren't easily answered with a yes or no. So the opening of the script. Hello, I'm looking for seller's first name. Now, this is again, so we can sound as if we're trying to be friendly. We're trying to be the friends next door with a blend of professionalism, but we're not trying to so professional where we're out of touch, and we're not trying to sound so familiar that we're disrespecting. So there's a nice blend that you're trying to get there, but really your tone, your pace is very important here. Hi, I'm looking for John. And if you can't describe and pronounce John's first name, then you can say, "Hi, I'm looking for the owner of 123 Law Street." And like, hey, this is Courtney. I'm with Aqua Properties. I know this call is a bit out of the blue, but I'm calling about a property. I think you own at 123 Main Street. Yeah, I want to see if you consider an offer on your property there. All right. So you stated it, you got it out there, you introduce who you are. Your first 10 seconds buys you your next 10 seconds. Remember that. So the seller says, no, they're not interested. Okay, great. I completely understand. And then the essential question, and I'm going to highlight this here since I have it here, is do you have any other properties or land you may be interested in selling, especially some that need love? Shout out to Brent Daniels, especially something that needs a bit of love is what I usually say, straight from TTP script. And that is gold because they may not have a property that they're willing to sell that's the one that's there, but they may actually have a property. So let's make sure that we ask. All right, so that's essential. I'm gonna highlight that. Probably shouldn't put it in bold, but we'll see. Maybe we'll play with later. If oh, so that's a repeat right there. You should post a list that as no, and glad I'm catching this. You're seeing this live, raw. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, now that makes sense. I got it. So if the seller says they don't have any, thank you for your time. If the seller says they do, then of course continue with the script. I see where I was doing that. Okay, and there's only going to be about 6 responses that someone's going to give you. Yes, no, maybe, how much, how'd you get my number? And I think I call what's your offer, or maybe I think I counted 5 there. But regardless, let's keep rocking and rolling. All right. So if yes, how much will you give me? Which is sort of the same answer. This is setting the expectations now. Let them know how we work. Great. Celebrate that you all are on the court. And we base our offers off the condition of the property, the market value, and of course the seller's situation. It usually takes about 5-7 minutes to see if we're the buyers for you. Did I catch you at a bad time? So you're giving them the permission to say no. Because if they're able to say no, they feel in more control and they feel like their guard is down and they can speak to you and see if we're actually, can serve them. So that's what you'll say. If they say no, yeah, go on. Yeah. Oh, great. Well, what can you tell me about the condition? You just open up there and you're taking detailed, copious notes on anything they tell you about the condition. And then there's other questions in here that you can go to if you're trying to get, more information about the condition. And again, remember, this is not an interview, so you're not asking, don't sound like you're just listing question after question, rapid fire. You're listening, you're responding, non-verbals, yes. You're matching their tone. If they talk quickly, your pace is up a little bit, talking very quickly. If they're slow talkers and relaxed, you're slow and relaxed. You're matching their tone so you can start establishing a subconscious connection to the seller. If they respond, what's your offer? Again, okay, great. Well, my partner runs all the numbers. And the condition of the home unit is really important, so we can get those numbers, right? Have you done any remodeling or major remodeling to the kitchen or bath in the last 5 years? And then you continue with the qualification. Again, all this right here, if you're qualifying based on CPR time. That's condition, price, reason for selling, and the timeline, right? If yes, or maybe in the future, okay, great. Like, yeah, not right now, we're looking down the road. Sure, great. Should I call you back in a month? Should I call you back in a year? Really looking for something that needs some love. And have you done any remodeling in that kitchen and bathroom the last 5 years? This will open up the question more, and you can get more answers, and then you can make note of when we need to call them back, and our lead manager will schedule that out once it's sent to the next phase. Another question you're going to get is, how did you get my number? Well, you can say, we have an internet provider that I send our addresses over with properties I'm interested in, and if they have the phone number, they send it back. Sometimes we get lucky. Are you interested in selling your property? And you'll notice that I ended with a question, an open-ended question. That's called reversal or reversing, where you always respond to that question that they ask, and then reverse it by asking your own open-ended question so you can regain control. Oh, who are you? That's the sixth one. Who are you? And you can say, well, I'm a local real estate investor or a real estate buyer. Some people don't like the word investor. I'm a local real estate buyer looking to do tasteful remodels in the area. Are you interested in selling your property? Or you can say, I represent a local real estate buyer if you feel more comfortable with that. We don't want to lie to our, there's no reason to lie to anyone. We want to have, integrity. Now, if you keep scrolling down, I do have, and this is going to continue to be added, great questions and to help you actively listen. All right, so questions and techniques. The questions about the condition. Here are some of them. I won't read through all of them, but again, find the tone. Please memorize these so that they can come up, so that you can always rely on CPR time, condition of the property, the price that they're looking for, the reason that they're selling, and then their timeline. And there's a ton of great questions to ask here. So I won't read over all of these, as I said, but please take a look at this. This is like where the gold is. What timeline you're on, those great questions here. And then if you look further, there's even like questions for the deal breaking section, which is extremely important. If we agree on price, is there anything stopping us from moving forward today? These are really important questions to ask. Oh, please know, I'm not telling you to ask all of these questions in order. These are to be able to gather and collect the information to have a conversation. It should sound like a conversation. So you can respond to anecdotes or stories that they tell you, or things that are, especially when they're bringing up pain or they're trying to connect, you can respond to those and weave those into the conversation. So it sounds like it should be an actual conversation, not a wait for you to talk so I can ask the next question type ask this question. No, we're not needed. We don't want that. You don't want that. You should feel like it's a actual natural conversation. Here's some other techniques, and these are the things that we'll continue to go over as we spend time together each week. We'll go through all of these and just keep rotating, going through all of these. These are like the basics. We're just learning. This is our skill. This is our craft. We work on our craft. We're going to get better. We're going to add more value. We're going to bring more funds and income into our pockets and help our families in ways that are just amazing. Soft pass, conditioning, all those, please read over those, but these are stuff that we'll continue to go through. And then we're going to keep a long list of common rebuttals that you may have. Yeah, we'll keep doing that. Now, if you scroll down, if you're interested, the next section down here is the acquisition script breakdown, and you'll be able to see that it's pretty similar. Oh, I wonder why I did that. That's going to drive me crazy. So let me fix that. Boom, boom. Yay, fixed it. Technology. So you see the only real difference here is the handoff and the close the deal. Now, if you have a laydown and someone's ready to close the deal, let's go for it. Let's make it happen. Yeah, so yeah, it's right there. You can look at the script. It's extremely similar. There are like notes that are taking as it goes through. This is helpful. I do want you to read over this so that you can have just that information. And again, we'll be going through this is our playground. In the actual header, so you'll have to like double click in here because it's all weird and awkward. You'll be able to see the ATP script, which is a link back to this what we have here. There's actually a slideshow that you can look at that actually goes through the different steps and stages. It's more geared towards acquisition, but it's extremely valuable for cold callers. And the video presentation for the cold calling script. And this actual video will be next, where it's ATP pre-qualification cold calling script video, whatever I name it, probably something long and tedious. At any rate, I really hope this is valuable. I hope that that if you're looking at this and you're adding it to your own page, that it actually helps you, or to your own practice, it helps you. If you're on our team, I really hope it helps you. If you have any questions, thoughts, or things to add, let's talk about it so that we can edify and we can grow together. It's Courtney Rollins from the Aqua team. We out here, we doing this. Rising tides lift all sails, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.